Hello, hello, and welcome to the group. I am creating the first ever welcome video. Last week, I posted the welcome for all of those that joined. And this week, I wanted to share my face, say hello, and do a welcome video. So to say hello to our new friends, Allie, Steve, Tom, Amy, Crystal, Catherine, Casey, Austin, Jacob, Tony, Casey, Faith, John, Anna, David, Pamela, Chrissy, Tanya, Jessica, Daniel, Jimbo, Amy, Jackie, and Catherine, which I will have to say, saying names and pronouncing them incorrectly has always been a fear of mine. So the fact that I did that and I didn't have a panic attack, I'm really thankful, but I wanted to say and acknowledge each of you individually because you all mean the world. We have been going in this Facebook group since like June, July of last year, and we've been hanging out, doing whatever shows up. Like literally, honestly, encourage you to share your real life when it comes to living life with neurodiversity, and just inviting you into that. I think the only rule I have is if you share a meme, you have to also share a component of your real life. And so that's like the only rule. And in the world of, if you do share authentically, doing what you can to move through it or acknowledge it compared to like looking for someone to fix something. We're not here to fix, we're here to be with you as you are, and as you are is not a problem to fix. So that's kind of really just the end of the day. Advice doesn't work. It's all about sharing real life, your story, who you are. And so that's what's encouraged here. And then in comment section, it's all about sharing your real life and what works for you. So we live very much from the place of what works for you, and you can share what doesn't work for you so we can connect with you in that and help discover or share what works for us and make those connections. And so very, very much about connecting and also creating. And so really that's the intention in all the posts. And I know a handful of you are friends from a container that I'm in this week. So I'm so glad you guys got connected with me from there. And I really want to say too, I just started and just launched a Mighty Networks community for Real Life Full Life. So Facebook group, this is our group. Everyone shows up here. Almost 9 times out of 10 people are from TikTok. So if you most likely are here from my TikTok, and I'm so glad that you reached out and took the action, because I rarely mention my Facebook group. So it shows that you were interested. And so just acknowledging you in that. And if you're watching the video, you also must and have interest. So you're taking the authentic action of the interest. And so I just want to invite you all the more into this space and invite you into stepping into what you want and being able to be with maybe what you're hitting up against. I'm all about leveraging the limitation that is our brain, doing life without our brain. That's another thing, getting to the mindless space. And that's really why I mentioned Mighty Networks, and what I'm creating is that Facebook is awesome, but it's also kind of the wild, wild west, and everything gets shown up. And, who knows, I sometimes will take I don't often, me not, but in general, you take a break from Facebook, or you miss stuff, or you have all the notifications. It just can get kind of messy. And so why I created Mighty Networks is for really structured and creating content. So that's what I'm working and launching and creating all the more. And so really what I do best is, I like to say, my love language is questions. And so if you have a question, I know you can, you would have answered what you are struggling with most. And so I'm actually wanting to work through those and share some, do a little Q&A or answering some of those and having the answers be posted in Mighty Networks. And so you'll see posts, which actually, now that I say that, I need to create or want to create a post at the top that will be the Mighty Networks link that will be saved. So I'll do that after this, so you can see that if you want to join us in Mighty Networks. And if you're not authentically interested in Mighty Networks, please know that's totally fine. It's really Facebook group and Mighty Networks community. And from there, we're creating all the more. And so soon, I will have, which I beta tested a 3 days to understanding your ADHD brain beta course type thing. And I'm repackaging that to have that be a challenge that comes out. My intention is the end of the month. And so you guys keep showing up. And so I'm going to keep showing up, and that's really where we're headed. And so much more, but don't want to get ahead of myself. I simply just want to say that's simply where it's at. And at the end of the day, ask and we'll connect. Like, that's really the show up as you are, show up with what's real, and we will in return connect. And I think that's one thing that is really the most magical thing when it comes to ADHD, is that when you show up authentically with your real life, like, that's where the magic happens. And so that's what I really want to invite you into. And I think that's all I got. I want to keep this simple. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited for what's next, and we will talk soon. And I would love for you to share anything you want in the comments. Take care.